If you've recently moved to a new country or you're currently considering doing this, you've probably already done some of the basic research that we all do. Finances, job opportunities, weather. All of these things are very important when you make that decision. But one thing most people aren't prepared for is how much culture shock is going to impact their life once they move. Now, there's no way to avoid culture shock really, but there are small things that you can do to better prepare for it. Truly, if you know what's going to happen, you can plan accordingly and avoid some of the unexpected consequences of an international move. Now, there are 4 main stages of culture shock, so let me tell you about them one by one. The first phase is called the honeymoon phase. This is the adrenaline rush that you feel when you first arrive in your new country. Honestly, you'll feel a little bit like a kid in a candy store at this stage, especially if you're the outgoing type. No matter how different things are from your hometown, your first impression will probably be one of pure joy. You'll start to fall in love with the people and their cultural quirks, and it's easy to immerse yourself in the variety of life that's in front of you. My recommendation, though, would be to enjoy it while it lasts, because the next stage isn't quite as fun. In the second phase, the frustration sets in. Let's say that you've had a bad day and you want to make your favorite home-cooked meal to make yourself feel better. The trouble is that you might not be able to find all of the ingredients you're used to, or they might not be the same quality, or they'll be harder to find like they were back home. For example, imagine trying to find bacon for your eggs in a Muslim country, or your favorite Indian curry spice in Romania. It's not impossible, of course, but it won't be as easy as it would be in your home country. Little things like this will start to get to you. The language barrier doesn't help either, and most of all, you might start to get tired of constantly having to adjust to your new culture. You'll start to feel homesick, and not just because you can't eat your favorite foods anymore. Phase 3 is the acceptance and adaptation phase. Not everyone makes it to this stage, unfortunately. Some just decide to move back home, but if you persevere, you'll start to accept your new home and adapt accordingly. It takes time, of course, but sooner or later you'll internalize all of the mannerisms and the etiquette that seemed so foreign to you at first. You'll learn whether or not it's appropriate to tip at restaurants, the appropriate way to approach someone for a date, and the rules surrounding workplace culture. Language barriers will not be so bad, especially if you put some time into learning the native language. Simply put, you'll get used to the new environment. Things will seem a little bit more familiar to you, and while your new country might not feel like home yet, it won't seem like a different planet anymore. Phase 4 is the assimilation phase. By this point, you've got the hang of the language, or at least learned enough to get by, and you're able to live independently in your new surroundings. You might not experience the dizzying heights of the honeymoon stage, but overall you'll be more relaxed and content with your new normal. You should know that there are ways to make it so that you do get to the assimilation stage quicker. Try to keep an open mind. Don't compare your new country with your homeland, and consider keeping a journal to jot down all of your experiences. Socializing with the locals is another essential aspect for assimilation, as is communicating with them honestly about how you feel. Don't be afraid to ask them for advice either. They'll probably be more than willing to help, just like you'd probably be willing to help someone in your home country if they were still getting used to things. The main thing to remember is this: any discomfort that you feel won't last forever as long as you take action. If you're interested in learning more about the immigrant journey, you can purchase my new book called The Immigrant Journey: How to Make the Most of Your Life in a New Country. I have linked it for you in the description box below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.